How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be going over my picks and breakdown for every fight on UFC 296, Edwards vs. Covington on December 16th, 2023. Let's get right into it with the first fight of 12. We start in the heavyweight division with Martin Bate versus Shamil Gaziev, and this fight is quite interesting, may I say. Martin Bate, he is a big motherfucker. He loves to use clinch exchanges and dominating just people against the fence, clinch work, knees to the body. But recently, Martin's kind of flipped the script a little bit on his fight style. He's been throwing a lot more punches. He's been trying to go for finishes. Earlier in his career, Martin Bate was more of a break him style, where he would just pin him against the fence, just work away at the body, work away at the legs with knees and bullshit like that. But now, he's starting to actually get into his groove right now. But he's fighting a motherfucker like Shamil Gaziev, or Gaziev. I never really found, people say his name differently every time, but Shamil has one fight under a UFC banner. It was on the Contender Series. He got a finish. He dropped the dude with his first punch he threw. It was like a strict right hand down the middle, and he just fucking Argh! But Shamil does have little ounces of, mistakes. In the fight, he gave up his back trying to go for a sweep or something like that. He tried to, pin him to the ground, but he ended up giving him his back. But he fought out of that pretty easily, may I say, and then he just started dominating fucking Velasco or whatever his name was on the ground. Ended up getting a submission after some heavy ground and pound. I just wonder who's going to win the stand-up exchanges, because whoever wins the stand-up wins this fight, in my opinion. I think it's going to be Shamil. Martin Bate has had a great run in the UFC. I mean, he's 4-0. It's Shamil's debut. I think I should be picking Martin, but I find it hard to not pick Shamil. I'm picking Shamil first round TKO. I think Martin's going to try and go for his new style of running and gunning, and he's going to end up getting clipped by Shamil and dropped, finished with some ground and pound. We move to Fili versus Lucas Almeida, which, in my knowledge, this is a last-minute fight for both, because I made this spreadsheet or slideshow a while ago, and I do not remember making a slide for this. I literally had to make one for it. This fight is pretty interesting as well. Two dynamic strikers at that. Fili, of course, has Touchy as his nickname, because if he touches you, you die. But as of recent, Fili, of course, his chin has kind of gotten worse and worse and worse over time. It is what it is. But Fili still has that slick boxing credentials that he always had. He's pretty slick on the feet with the hands. I mean, in Nathaniel Wood fight, he fucking almost finished Nathaniel Wood. But of course, I picked against Nathaniel Wood in his last fight because I knew that little guy is a chinny little fella. But Fili, of course, he's not going to try and get this to the ground, which is what he realistically should be doing, because Lucas Almeida's ground game sucks. But he's a dynamic kickboxer with some serious power. He's got a chin on him. I know he got dropped by Michael Trezano or whatever, but other than that fight was pretty one-sided, other than the drop that Michael Trezano had in the first round. I mean, Lucas started putting him on him there. Lucas is super early into his career. He's 1-1 in the UFC. I think this fight is realistically whoever lands the first really clean shot is who wins it. I think it's going to be Lucas Almeida. This fight realistically is a pick'em, because it's realistically whoever lands the first really flush shot is who's going to knock out the other person. I don't see this going the distance. I'm going Lucas Almeida first round KO. Fuck it. We move to Teir versus Cody Duran in the flyweight division. Two wrestlers. This fight could be either really boring or super entertaining. It's a Cody Duran fight, so mostly the former. Teir is a Russian guy. He trains with Khabib, of course. Cody Duran trains with what's that gym? Wherever Colby's from. I think this fight's pretty simple to call. I think Teir is just a better fighter than Cody. Cody's only good side of him is his wrestling. His striking is pretty mediocre. He only is able to land good shots in the third round because the other person is usually tired. I'm going with Teir by unanimous decision, 29-28, maybe. Maybe Teir will be more tired in the third round and Cody will be able to put it on him. I have no idea. We move to ONeal versus Ariana Lipsky in a women's flyweight fight. This fight is going to be, I don't know. ONeal, she likes to keep it standing. Her wrestling's pretty decent, I'd say. Ariana Lipsky likes it when she can get things to the ground, but she also likes to clinch against the fence. She also can throw combos in open space. There's not going to be a finish in this fight. I really don't know. I think it's just, again, whoever wins the stand-up exchanges will win the fight, of course. I'm going with Casey ONeal by unanimous decision, 29-28. Could even be a split. Who knows? We move to Cody Garbrandt versus Brian Kelleher in the bantamweight division. This fight just shows how low Cody Garbrandt has stooped in competition since beating Dominic Cruz. That's so sad. Cody Garbrandt is, of course, a dynamic striker. He throws combos in open space, leaves his chin open a little bit. We saw a new wrinkle in his last fight against Trevin Jones where he can wrestle, or rather lay on someone for quite a while. Cody has heavy hands, he can hit hard, but he just isn't as good as he was. Brian Kelleher is even worse. He's fought a lot of, good guys, but he lost to every single one of them. He's a journeyman. He fights whoever he wants. He gets beat by whoever he wants. I don't think this fight's going to be any different. Cody Garbrandt by second round TKO. It's fucking Brian Kelleher, come on. To Irene Aldana versus Rosa in the women's bantamweight division. This fight should actually be pretty fun if Irene Aldana throws her fucking fists at her opponent more than fucking 30 times in one fight in a 5-round main event. Irene Aldana's boxing is super crisp. She rocked Amanda Nunes. A lot of people forgot about that fight, mostly because Charles Oliveira also was on that card. Irene Aldana is a pretty good striker. She just kind of gets nervous. I don't know what it is. She just doesn't throw. She's like, I'm super technical, but then she doesn't throw anything. Come on, lady, you're good. Rosa is also a good striker, I guess. She also can put people against the clinch, she can also put people against the fence with her clinch. Could be really good, or it could be boring. I'm going Irene Aldana by unanimous decision, 30-27. I know Rosa is probably going to be the future of this fucking division, which is something, I guess. We move to Alonzo Menafield versus Dustin Jacoby in the light heavyweight division. This fight is going to be either really quick or really long and really boring. Alonzo Menafield is a tinier man. Dustin Jacoby's a bit of a bigger guy. Alonzo hits really fucking hard. His wrestling's pretty good. I mean, we saw that in the Jimmy Crute fight. He can grapple a little bit. He got a submission in his last fight. Dustin Jacoby is a kickboxer who hits relatively hard. He got robbed in his last fight, I'm pretty sure. His last fight was Kennedy and Njoku, where he knocked them out. I think that Dustin Jacoby is just a better fighter than Alonzo Menafield. But knowing my luck with picking Dustin, this is the fight where his chin literally just is non-existent anymore, and Alonzo knocks him out in 30 seconds. I think since in his last fight Dustin Jacoby fought a bigger guy, he can beat a smaller motherfucker. I'm going Dustin Jacoby by third round TKO. I think Alonzo's going to gas out, and Dustin's just going to play the long game, pick him apart with teeps to the body, leg kicks, head kicks, jabs and straights, pushing him against the fence, making him work out of positions, and then just finally finishing him off. We've made it to the main card where Josh Emmett will take on Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell on short notice. Josh Emmett's a short goblin motherfucker who hits pretty damn hard. His wrestling's also decent. He's gotten beat up in his last 2 fights, though. Bear warning, it was against fucking Yair Rodriguez and fucking Elite Taporia, who both then fought for titles. Bryce Mitchell, his wrestling's decent. His stand-up kind of stinks. This fight, all that matters in this fight is if Bryce Mitchell can get the takedown. That's literally it. Can Bryce get the takedown? That's it. That's literally all this fight depends upon. If he gets it, he will win. If he doesn't get it, he loses. So, I have to take in mind that Josh Emmett is a wrestler. Kind of like what his thing used to be. I don't. But also, his takedown defense isn't that great. I'm fucking putting it on Bryce Mitchell, my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ, I want to see him walk out with a fucking cross on his back. I want him to actually be on a crucifix. Just fucking hauled out, just Ave Maria. Bryce Mitchell, unanimous decision. The rest of these picks are going to be pretty quick. Sorry, I'm having something come up. Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. This fight is depressing, but I think Tony Ferguson will win this fight. Paddy Pimblett just isn't that good. I don't think he's that good. He either wins by submission or he loses by decision. I'm going Tony Ferguson, unanimous decision, 29-28. Please, Tony, please. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Another depressing fight that will most likely end up in a retirement by Stephen Wonderboy Thompson if he loses. Shavkat is the boogeyman of the welterweight division right now. If he wins this fight in a dominant enough fashion, I think personally he could jump Bilal Muhammad. Maybe let it happen. Let him jump Bilal Muhammad. I'm going Shavkat Rakhmonov by first round submission. Thank you. I wish I could go more in depth with these last two fights, but I have to make it quick. Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. This fight is going to be a fucking banger, and I'm so mad at everybody that this fight is going unfucking noticed. They fought before. Brandon Royval, I think, was winning. I haven't watched it in a while, but then he made a mistake. He got fucking choked out. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Brandon Royval is personally a better striker. He goes for the kill more, and his grappling has gotten better significantly. Brandon Royval, second round guillotine, lock it in like he's about to lock in this submission. We move to Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington, the main event. This fight goes one of two ways. Leon Edwards getting a finish early on, or Colby Covington absolutely making it a bore fest and winning by unanimous decision. I am praying for the former. I can't wait to see fucking... Actually, I'm not praying. I know that the former is going to happen. Fuck Colby Covington. Fuck any one of you fucking fickle fans. I know I'm a Kamaru Usman fan. Fuck Colby Covington. I can't wait to see his head knocked off his fucking shoulders by a knee when he goes for a fucking shitty-ass, booty-ass takedown. Fuck Colby. Fuck Colby. Fuck Colby. Leon Edwards, second round KO. Fuck out my face. I'm UFC Thoughts, and these have been my picks and breakdown for every fight on UFC 296, Edwards vs. Covington, on December 16th, 2023. My confident picks reside with Cody Garbrandt, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and in the main event, Leon Edwards. My pre-card rating is a 10 out of 10. This is about as good as a card can get. Let's fucking end the year with a bang, fellas. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.